Hello friends, welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0. Go ahead and jump right back in where we were last time. We got stuff set up mostly ready to go for the space elevator first tier, but we got a little bit more work to do. We have our impure iron nodes right here going into a 100% efficient early game factory, making I think it was 10 iron rods, 80 screws, and 20 iron plates per minute off of those. If these were normal, then those numbers would all be doubled, but they're impure, so for right now, that's all we got. We also have copper over there and limestone down there. We got a lot of stuff to take care of. Fortunately, phase 1 of the space elevator is only 50 smart plating, and that is made with reinforced iron plates and rotors. So, not going to be too terribly difficult for us to get done. But we are going to go ahead and get on down off of this thing and move on with our lives here. I have to remember I don't have my equipment like I'm used to, so I'm probably going to end up taking some damage here, but it's fine. We'll leave that there so we can go back to that at some point later. But yes, hello. Let's check and see what JoJo's SpaghettiOs got on tap for us today. What's up, dude? What you got? Nothing. That's okay. We are currently waiting on some concrete so we can finish the resource sink bonus program, which will, of course, give us the awesome sink and allow us to get upgrades and tickets and all sorts of other fun stuff. Unfortunately, the concrete is a very slow process, so I figured while we're waiting for that, we can go ahead and continue working on getting the space elevator parts going. I don't really care about jump pads, but we are going to want to do Mark II logistics at some point soon, and guess what? That requires more concrete, and it requires reinforced iron plate. So, very first thing we're going to do, first of all, check our power situation. All right, capacity of 90, so we have headroom. We can do another 26 megawatts worth of machines here. Congrats on getting Satisfactory, and rest in peace to all of your free time. But it is a very fun game, so exciting to see that you have been able to acquire that. Reinforced plates require plates and screws, both of which we have right here. So what we'll need to do is build ourselves an assembler and try to find a decent place for that. I'm not firmly married to having this in any particular place, but I figured it probably would not be a bad idea to build in a nice spot here. I don't think this is going to not going to necessarily be the best place for that, so let's take a another one of these things here, extend this a little bit, and then move this guy forward. But what I will go ahead and do, since we have the ability to do this right now, we're in straight build mode, or we're supposed to be. There we go. So now if I want to connect it to the back of this, I know it has to at least be, well, actually probably right about there would make sense. So we just keep this lined up. I'm going to check. I'm going to check and see what it's going to let me get away with. Oh, okay. That works. Super easy. So this requires, to make reinforced iron plate, 60 screws per minute, which we are making 80, and 30 iron plate per minute, we are only making 20. But we can't really help that. It's just going to have to be imperfect for a little while. So what we'll need to do is go ahead and get this hooked up to power. I was actually kind of satisfied with how we had our power setup, well, set up here. We got a lot still to get to with this, so let's take, yeah, we'll just expand. Probably would be smart to just continue this every 3, probably makes sense. Yeah, because that'll get us to right about here. And then we can just hook this directly up to that area, or we can continue building elsewhere. Remember to do the space elevator part, we are going to need to have a couple more of these. The assembler, of course, requires... well, actually, no, we hadn't automated the rotors yet, but if we're going to make rotors, we're going to need more screws and more rods. But what we have going right now is not really viable for that quite yet. I think we can tolerate a little bit of inefficiency in the spirit of, you know, actually getting some stuff done here. Let's do a couple more of these platforms. What I want to do with this is I want to line up. I think that's how this was set up. Yeah, I want to line up one of the exits right there. And then this thing over here, I don't think I can get away with having a conveyor belt. No, I cannot. So that's what the lift is for. Just that guy go up right like that. And then right like that. So this is actually, before we get too comfy with ourselves here, it's going to end up being a splitter. Which I believe this will play nice. Yes. Okay. So we're not... Oh, okay, that's not going to fit, is it? Yeah, okay. So I lied. That's got to move one more bit out. Come on, you going to let me walk up here? So we might actually cause ourselves some, alignment problems. That's a shame. But that does work. Oh, okay, now it works. That was weird. So this can be set to rotors. Again, we can't mess with the clocking or anything, so this is just going to be wildly inefficient, and we're going to have issues. But it is going to be automating everything, and that is what I told myself I wanted to do, was I wanted to make sure that everything, even if it's imperfect, that we are sending to a milestone or a space elevator is automated to some degree before we do it. Straight build mode literally cuts off 10% of form. It absolutely does. It is such a game-changing thing, like, honestly. It is a power play. Yeah, to get these situated right like so. I guess I'll just go right in the middle. Make it nice and easy. Doesn't have to be complicated. Just has to work. Go here. Go here. Now, power consumption-wise, this, in theory, is too much. It's going to set off our dudes here, so we're probably going to need to, very, very short order, disconnect some of these things, or feed an additional bit of these other... I can't use words today. Uh-oh. Are we... Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to have problems here in very, very short order. What happened to all of my... What happened to all of my biofuel? Did we actually go through all this? Aha, there it is. There it is. Well, these are all about to shut off in a moment here. So this is a good opportunity for us to kind of, let's see if I can remember how to do math. So I've got five biomass burners. I need to have a cursor that actually works. I need to put probably 48 biofuel in the ones attached to the hub. Just to keep things going here. These are both fully connected. Yep. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And then the rest of these can just indiscriminately go into the little storage here. These are, fortunately, a lot more energy dense. Take a look here and it'll show you exactly. Yeah, the solid biofuel burns 4 per minute. Regular biomass was 10, and then the leaves were 120. So this actually will be set up in a very good way to keep going for quite some time. At least 12 minutes, so we have time to go acquire more of that stuff. But, again, all of this was to get reinforced iron plates automated. Now, I'm still going to handcraft probably a lot of this stuff, but I did want this stuff to be automated, so I'm not a liar. And we can continue grabbing all this stuff. If it lets me grab it. Cool. So, that's very good news. Again, it's imperfect, but we're going to work on fixing it as we continue going on. Yeah, nuclear power plant. Yeah, come back in 85 hours when we unlock that part of it. The concrete and the copper situation are going to be completely different, and we have a lot of work left to do still to get that taken care of. But, at least for the time being, look how close we are. At least for the time being, I am committed to making this spaghetti-free and fully functional. Chainsaw-wise, I put all of my chainsaw fuel into the power generation, so I'm going to have to actually go grab some more foliage and make more chainsaw fuel myself. But that is part of what happens here. Yeah, it is long factory now, isn't it? Actual power play is merging all the outputs into a conveyor and circling it back into a container next to the MAM. Yeah, actually, that would be smart. Hold on. This guy's just standing on top of the... Okay, dude, that's a really strong load-bearing plant you got there. Sulfur, we're not going to need quite yet. Nuclear's only 15 minutes out. Are you sure about that? Okay, I don't think I'm going to need a ton of leaves, but I'm going to need more than what I currently have. For sure. I just can't remember what is unharvested leaves. Oh, we got wood. Okay. There we go. There's a couple over here. I think now by the time we go back upstairs, we'll have all the concrete we need. See if I can get up here and still keep my... there we go. Early game Satisfactory might not be super exciting, but it is something we do have to get through, so I appreciate your patience while we do this very slowly. Alright. Jojo, what you got? Come over here. Show me your wares. Nothing. Well, that's okay. I miss my Blade Runners dearly. We'll have to get those as soon as possible. Alright. Now we gotta make some biomass. Then make chainsaw fuel, then we can cut down trees to make more biomass, and then so on and so forth. It would be cool if you could find a rare doggo that popped super dense fuel for the burner light. Interesting. I know, like, they can bring you anything, and sometimes they'll bring you fuel. And uranium, even. But, I don't know, I feel like we've gotten very lucky with their drops the first stream, so maybe the RNG won't continue to be that kind to us. Maybe it will. I didn't know there was a new Alien film. Pretending not to be a master at the game. Look, go watch Kibitz or Total X Clips, whoever his name's pronounced, or any of those guys, and then come back and tell me I'm a master at the game. I dare you. You know what? I don't even know if Beans is in chat or not, but he showed me his factory the other day, and I was like, oh my god, dude. It's completely insane. Alright. Resource sync complete.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously
Did that thing just
set up
fly
an
through the
internal,
space elevator?
closed economy with exclusive
totally did.
rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant fix-it coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the awesome shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Alright, so now we can make the awesome sink, which is going to be our best friend before we can do overclocking. And then we can just recycle all of our extra bits and keep factories running 100% efficiently, assuming we are overproducing. Right now, for the purpose of making the components of the smart plating, we are underproducing. Severely. But I have a stack of screws that I can pop in there, and that'll help out for a little bit. Supplement our adventures here. And we do have reinforced iron plate, and we have rotors. So, I want to get to the next phase pretty quickly here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, place a couple more foundations, and we are going to put in another assembler, except I don't have concrete. Let's go grab more concrete. And we're going to put another assembler, and then we're just going to belt it all the way down into this thing, which I might have to rebuild, rotate it a slightly different way. I'm telling you, we are going to get stuff done correctly with no spaghetti. I am committed. So I have my concrete now. Do I have... Okay, that should be enough iron plates. Maybe I might need to get a couple more, but we'll see what happens. I can always get rid of some of these platforms that I don't need. And we probably should have this be built in a slightly more organized fashion, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, assembler time. Nope, don't have cables. Never mind. Gotta go make cables. It's impossible not to have spaghettification. Well, we currently do not have any overlapping or intersecting conveyors that are not supposed to be with the splitters or whatever. Alright, make some more wire because we don't need the copper sheets yet. Not going to be worried about that. Cable-wise, let's go ahead and get about 20. That'll get us where we want to go. It is 20,000 leagues under the sea. What is a league? 3 miles or something? I think that's what the math works out to. Very good book. All the old Jules Verne stuff. Fascinating. Fascinating to read it in a modern context. So, you know what? This might look kind of stupid, but I do want these to line up perfectly straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build these things accordingly. Be out of concrete. Okay, well that's not going to last that long because I can take these two out and move them over here. So now what I need to do is I need to pop the assembler. Let's just say square in the middle there. And see, does this... Oh, it should from here, no problem. Look at that. Oh, but now I need more iron plates. But see how glorious that is? Getting that taken care of there. Smart plating. Just got to get that hooked up to power, which I'm just going to go ahead and do that way. And let's go grab some iron plates, which I have a full stack of, which is good to have backup. So what that's going to do is that's going to give us all the way into here. Is it space inefficient? Absolutely. Is it not spaghetti? Also, absolutely. So I will consider that to be a win there. This will come right outside here. Space elevator is going to get demoed and... oh, I guess I have to wait. Alright. It is a big thing to remove and rebuild. Alright. So instead, what's going to happen is... I'll just put that there. Now, did this actually line up with anything? I guess this belt is probably closest. Too steep! Too steep, huh? Well, I guess we have to watch the re-entry of this thing again. Yes, the 20,000 leagues under the sea was the distance that the submarine traveled underwater. Pretty cool looking building. So now, is that because it was underground or because I'm in straight mode? Oh, okay, well that also is too steep. So, I suppose what's going to happen now is that will come up like so, and it's probably not perfectly lined up. Well, you know, we're going to take it. We're going to take it. And now we have the space elevator parts fully automated. Which, once that gets it down, we should see that check mark. Or not the check mark, but like the checklist update. There we go. 1 out of 50, 2 out of 50, whatever, and then it'll keep backing up. So, that has now been fully automated, and we can safely ignore it for the rest of time, or at least until we have to go push the lever. No spaghetti, but plenty of elbows. Correct, just like a good macaroni and cheese. Now I have a plethora of cables and wires. So why don't we go ahead, take this stack of 200 out and let them continue what they're doing. Check out our concrete situation. Yep, that's looking about the same as it always was, but we're going to get that fixed in a little bit. So, we need to do Mark II logistics before we get to Phase 1. So let's go ahead and select that. And then, remember, I said I was going to automate everything that goes into a milestone before I start manually making anything, and we have reached that point. So now, 200 concrete shouldn't take too long, but we will go ahead and grab... Well, we have iron, actually, so we can just make this manually. Alright, iron rods. I only need to have another 105. So we'll do that first. Alright, so there's our 105. Go ahead and pop that in there. Now we need the plates. Did you really automate concrete if your factory looks like something? What? What does that even mean? I'll have you know that the factory is full of perfect 90-degree angles. Expertly crafted. Hey, there it is. Power grid shut down because it was out of juice. So let's go fix that, I suppose. After I get the plates all finished. Where are the platforms? They're not in the concrete area. No, the concrete is just, No, it's not factory-fied, but the rest of the factory is. Oh, I missed. Hold on. I needed one more. There we go. 130. Cool. So now, well, I'm still going to need more if I'm going to factorify concrete, but the way that is on an impure node, and I have the Mark I, and I don't have any other stuff, I've not really been keen to invest too much into that, because I think we're going to end up finding another node to use for concrete. But for right now, I just need to make sure I can harvest some trees. just mercilessly remove all of these trees in this immediate area. Except the cool-looking trees. We're not going to do that. Yeah, spaced wall. You got that right. It is that yellow. Well, I think now we are actually... Oh, hold on. We should be pretty good to go as far as biofuel is. So we'll spend a little bit of time manually making that, exploit our elevator ladder there. And up we go, I say as I fall down the cliff face. It did look better with the trees, but this is all going to be factory in a little bit. Just have to get a couple more things automated and put into the awesome sink, and then we can get points. But first, we have to make biomass, and then we have to make solid biofuel so we can turn all the machines back on. So I will get some of these going before we get too comfy cozy here. The grass and the wood on the ground does respawn. Trees, if you cut trees down, do not respawn. To my knowledge. Tired of sitting here listening to that. So these ran out of fuel. What about the ones over here? Surprisingly, they still have fuel. 27 and 27. So I'll tell you what, we will put another 27 in each of these. And then I know we still need to put more in here, but I would rather have these running now with less than they need while we continue doing the rest of our okay, there we go. The rest of our solid biofuel assembly. Just so those things can actually go. I probably also need to manually restart those as soon as they have the stuff in there. I'm not buying the coffee cup as the first thing. That's such a waste of a coupon. Running around and identifying all of the nodes probably is something we should be doing. But right now we need to get this turned back on. Insert more of these logs as we make them, so we can actually keep this thing going. Because getting the coal is going to be the big challenge here. I don't know if that's going to be possible today. We'll see, I suppose. No, I am in fact not coffee pilled. I don't drink coffee. Overcaffeination does very weird things to my body that I do not care for. The thing that really cured me of being interested in coffee is finding out just how expensive going to Starbucks is. I know not everybody who drinks coffee goes to Starbucks every day, but it's like, what, you're spending $5 or $6 on coffee? Come on. Every single day? I know you can make it at home a lot cheaper than that. But also some of the stuff that comes out of there is like, that's not coffee, that's a milkshake. Like, congratulations, you're drinking a milkshake at 7 a.m. It has some coffee in it. Alright, right, let's pop this in here before I forget, or I'm going to get in trouble here. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a lot more than that stored up. It smells nice. It definitely smells nice. This is also probably a recipe that we should have automated in a constructor, but no. we're not quite there yet. Freshly baked cookies warm out of the oven, yes. At 7 a.m. probably not, but very, very good. Orange cinnamon rolls. I haven't seen those in a long time. They've been pretty good. Yeah, you're right. I lose my mind for the cinnamon rolls on behalf of flavor. I don't know why everybody decided that was an okay thing, but the other stuff isn't, but that's I suppose just the way it is. We're going to let this biofuel finish out and then try to figure out what the optimal split is going to be, because sometime in the next 15 minutes it's probably all going to turn off anyway. And then we might actually need to automate this, because this is honestly kind of annoying to have to sit here and do it. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm not normally up at 7 in the morning, because most of my actual work is done between 6 p.m. and 2 in the morning, taking care of video stuff. But I was going to do math here. So these 45 each, I have 200 something, so I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll put another 50 in each of these. So those are now at 95. And we should be kind of in the right area to have another 131 go into each of these. And it's going to be a little bit less going into these that burn 30 each, but for the time being, I think it's going to be okay. Now to get Logistics Mark II, grab that concrete. We cannot make concrete any faster as is, so that's going to be our limiting factor. Space elevator parts, we probably don't need to rush that. We can probably just let that happen as it's going. But the Logistics Mark II research, we're going to take a look and see. Yeah, Screw's definitely holding everything back because we have a per minute demand of 60 plus, 160. We're only making 80, so that's quite literally half as much as we're able to do here. So it's going to take how long to make one of these? 2 per minute. So we're realistically, unless we can subsidize this a little bit, we are realistically only making 1 per minute. So another half hour before the space elevator is finished, unless we can find some other nodes and artificially juice our production here. I think this is already going here, because I kind of want to take these reinforced iron plates out. Or, you know, I don't remember how I got these rotors. Was it something the dog had? Or did we find them elsewhere? Oh, the other thing. We have that drop pod. I keep forgetting all this stuff. We have that drop pod that requires, was it 30? I think it was 30 or 40 megawatts. So we could actually go ahead and try to get that going. Iron rod wise, I'm pretty sure we're using... Okay, yeah, I got a full stack of these bad boys. Let's just feed that back in. Grab some wire. We can go open up that thing, get a hard drive, and use that for MAM analysis. Unless I get stuck in the conveyor belts again. Oh, I miss my Blade Runners so much. Wire, pants on fire. Take a full stack of that, easy. Alright, so now I can make biomass burners. I can make 2 of them, and I have cables, barely. Where was that, where was that crash site? I'm gonna have to go climb up and take a look. You know, Bob Evans, I'd never been to a Bob Evans restaurant until I think it was like last fall. So one of the things I do is I work in sports media. And I'd done a road trip with my, okay, I'm going to say partner. We're not like in a relationship partner, but like he does the writing and I do the photography. And we went on a road trip to unspecified location, and they had a Bob Evans. And I said, well, I've never been to one of those because I always just bought the potatoes or mac and cheese at the grocery store. He's like, oh, no, we absolutely have to go. And we went. He's like, yeah, it was pretty good. Like a Marie Callender's, but for the South. Where in the world was that crash site? I do not remember. Yeah, that is a very apt account name if you work as a mall cop. Did they give you one of the Segways? Or the little platform things? Oh, and then Dalton comes in. Do you have a Segway? Yep. The world wants to know. No Segway. Oh, man. They're doing you dirty. You got to ask for a Segway. Is that thing down here? No. Does anyone remember where the crash site was? Because I did not have access to the map at the time we found it, so I could not save the location. Alright, let's see if JoJo's got anything for us while we wait. What's up, dude? Ooh, 13 modular frames. Very helpful. Thank you. Doesn't the map still only light up what you visited? Kind of. We actually walked a pretty considerable distance. But it doesn't show us... Wait, what? Dismantle crate. Why... Oh, I bet you that's where the space elevator was, and some of that stuff ended up on the ground. We'll figure it out. Crash site's over at that one place. Thank you. Very helpful. This is our copper thing. I think it's stopped. Well, there's a slug over there. We're going to want that at some point. But remember, it's still very early on, so we don't want to get into too much trouble with the wildlife here. We don't really have very many ways to fight back. All right, anybody guarding this thing? Surprisingly, no. All right. Anything else of interest over here? Sometimes there is. Got a little land bridge. No crash site, although I think this is an area we hadn't really explored very much of. Don't fall off. There we go. Crash site, go past the barn they tore down 3 years ago and turn left. There you go. Hey, look, it's right here. So I guess that ended up working out. Alright, so we gotta kill these guys again. What's up? Get back here. My aiming is bad. Don't take advantage of this. Get back here. I want my sword back. This stupid little taser doesn't do anything. Alright, where's the other, because these are valuable. We really should hold on to these, but I can't find the other... The other carcass disappeared. Well, anyway, we picked up all the stuff off... Oh, that's probably what the rotors came from, picking stuff up off the ground. 40 megawatts. Good. Good thing we actually had, planned on making 2 of these biomass burners. So this has got to get wired up. Alright, so that's connected. Now I have... I literally only need these pieces of wood right here. Come on. There we go. Open. Open. Ha! Got the hard drive anyway.
Damaged hard drive successfully acquired. All pioneers are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for analysis in the MAM, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
Subcategory? I guess we could say crash sites. That's an easy one. Alright, so that's going to get the... Was there a check mark or was there only... Okay, there is a check mark. Alright, so that's our icon. Select... Ooh. Okay. Alright, well, I don't know my hex codes for colors, but something nice with a green. Oh, yeah. Fluorescent lime green. There we go. There we go. Mark view on compass. Off. And there we go. So, now we have marked that we recovered that one. And on the map... Oh, that is foul. I might actually have to change that. Alright, how do we feel about the lime green? Stop inventing fake backstories. Oh my god. That is devious. Absolutely devious. Well, since we're already over here, let's take a quick jaunt. Yeah, see, this is the water we found, and I said, okay, we'll probably put an extractor here at some point. We've got the gas over here. But we can't take too long. Yeah, because the biofuel is going to run out. So we'll grab a little bit on our way back. Or I can just completely jump off. That's fine too. The first waterfall we find to be named Shower Tower. Well, remind me when we find a waterfall. No, I can't see anything. Alright, so that's turning back on, so we know the power isn't completely off yet. Well, we would have gotten one of those sounds anyway. Saw Space Elevator had to watch frantically. Yeah, we're actually progressing pretty nicely. Very good early game progress. We have 11 of those smart platings left, so we're actually going to go police that so I don't make too many. Or I guess I could just put them in the awesome sink if we're really that worried about it. But for right now, we need to make some more biomass. No, Jojo had something like 5 minutes ago. I don't think he's got anything else, but we can go look. I'm going to put this before we get too caught up here. Fill this up with more of those. Check how these other ones are holding up. Probably pretty close to empty. 73. Never mind. Alright. Number of doggos on the map, I believe, is finite. Yes. I don't know how many it is, though. I know there's only certain places where they will spawn. Nope, he's got nothing. He just gave us the 13 modular frames. Alright, so if those have 70-something, how many do these have? 68. Okay, we're actually in decent shape. So we have 43 out of 50 space elevator parts for the first phase. I think the second phase has us make like 500 of these things. So we will need to continue to expand production. But for right now, this little factory we have works fine. Huh. So I wonder if, let's see, this consumes 2 rotors per minute, and this is making 4 per minute, but it didn't have all the materials. I wonder if most of these rotors that went into this set of 50 were actually the ones we got from the crash site. Might have been. Well, we're going to leave that alone. Anyhow, these things are still operating at 100%, and it is a thing of beauty. But the Mark II logistics are going to help this get better. As soon as we have enough concrete, and as soon as we have enough reinforced plates, we are going to have to make those. Okay, 142. That is almost enough concrete to get us to 200. Oh, I already had some. Never mind. So we're actually good. All right, 45 out of 50 on these. What we're going to do, let that get to 50, and then we'll just unplug the space elevator from the little machine there. We can keep that machine in place, and then just continue building elsewhere. Yeah, Flappy Bird got acquired, and they're going to relaunch it next year, I think. Now, the guy who made that game got death threats over it. It's like, all right, yeah, I definitely would take it down too. This does not seem like a very reasonable thing to levy upon someone who made a mobile game. But, I don't know, maybe people are just different. Alright, so that's going to be number 48 coming across the belt right there. Manufacturing work has caused me to feel rage at the sight of the blue conveyor tubs. Yeah, I bet. For sure. Why would he get threats for Flappy Bird? So, when the game came out, I mean, I'm sure you remember, or maybe you don't, I don't know, but people were getting, like, really violent about losing in the game, and it was extended, because the guy outed himself on Twitter as, I made Flappy Bird, and then people were sending him death threats and, like, doxing him and stuff. It's like, it is a game on your phone with stolen assets from Mario and a little bird, and you tap it and it goes up. It's the helicopter game from the 90s on a phone with a bird skin. That's basically the only thing it was. But people are getting really, really stupid about it. Anyway, that's number 50. And I'm going to go ahead as soon as that goes onto the lift, take this belt off, And then we can either completely remove that from being a thing, or we go ahead and just let it go and then sink the rest of them. Or option 3, keep making them, because I know we're going to have 500 for phase 2, unless they changed it. So we now have all 50 for our space elevator phase 1 inside of an hour of stream start. That's pretty good. And now cargo is loaded. Let's seal it. That's pretty cool.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress
this is new.
presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better fix-it future.
All right. Send it. And that's going to shoot up in the sky. Mediocre pioneering. Complete phase 1 of the space elevator. Achievement get. Space U-line. There you go. And now that's... Oh, that's cool. There's like a... Oh, I didn't know it did that. That's all new.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far.
That's
Reminder,
cool.
not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
I did not know they had made this many changes and additions to this. This looks really good. That is super cool. Okay, so now what happens if I delete the space elevator? Does that move with it? Like, I feel like it's going to have to, unless it's just one of those optical illusion things where it's just the top of the skybox no matter where you are. Oh, it disappeared. Okay. All right. Well, that solves that problem. Oh, but you can see, is that just because we had fog, or is that, just part of the things? You can see, like, the lights on it, but you can't see the framework anymore. You've seen it once now, go away. The hole in the clouds filled back in. Yes. They plugged the hole in the ozone layer. Okay, you can still kind of see it, but I was wanting to move the space elevator again because it isn't really in a great spot. But I'm kind of worried about what's going to happen to the thing up there if I get rid of it. Really want to see it from the top. Good luck getting up there. So it's time to go ahead and turn this off. We have 5 smart plating in the machine. And all of these pieces need to be doing something else. So I'm going to undo these. And we'll just continue accumulating these parts because we need to accumulate these parts. I need 36 more of these reinforced plates. So we're probably just going to end up manually making most of these, and that's fine because it's already been automated. It's just not supremely excellent yet. But the Mark II belt will help us, and we'll be able to continue. Oh, it's 1,000 smart plating? Uh-oh. Okay, well... Alright. I knew it was going to take forever. Screws. I do not want to make screws. I cannot go up currently, no. Fortunately, I've got a whole stack of these things. So we'll go and take care of that real quick. I think I'm still going to need to go get more screws by the time we're finished with this. Okay. It was actually iron plates. But I can still make those because I have the ingots that we can't really do much of anything with currently. So that works. I just need to have another 11 of these reinforced plates. Wouldn't building a constructor for something you need 1,000 of make sense? Well, they require the assembler, so yeah, but I didn't remove it. I just disconnected it so we didn't use all of our resources making the project, because for us to finish Phase 2, we don't need to worry about that until we research all of this. And then we need to worry about having Phase 2 unlocked. So I figured we can leave that on the back burner until we get to maybe halfway through Phase 4 and then ramp that up. Because I am much more interested in getting coal power, because that is going to enable us to, you know, exist functionally. And that would be the next one. After logistics, jump pads are fundamentally useless for the way I want to play the game. So this is what we're currently working on, the Logistics Mark II. So now I need to just make 11 more of these plates, which is what I can do. The game is probably calling me poor, yes. Ozone smell when you're fixing electronics. That's the magic smoke escaping. Alright, so we have that. Launch that thing. Let's go.
Milestone reached. Fix-It would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list.
What list?
Stay efficient. Don't disappoint Fix-It.
I'll disappoint whoever I want. Still debating buying this game? Get it. Get it, and then clear your calendar for like a week. It's that good. So, now we have the Mark II logistics. We cannot contribute parts toward the next thing until it comes back, but we can go ahead and select this. We need 150 reinforced iron plates, 50 rotors, and 500 cable. Cable's going to be easy to get. We're already making that. I already have half the rotors. We are making all of the components already. So that is exciting. However, I can't search for coal yet. And I needed to let that escape anyway. So we're going to need to, at some point, probably make another iron factory, but I'm more interested immediately in getting coal power up and running, because it is super annoying to manually do the biomass stuff. I skipped one on level 2 because jump pads are pointless. They don't really do anything. They just injure you when you fall down unless you have the jelly pad. Okay, rotors. Again, everything comes down to screws, but now that we have the Mark II belts, we can actually just go ahead and upgrade these. And that is going to really, really, really help. This is making 40 per minute screws. This is making 40 per minute screws, so this needs 80, which it now has, up to 120 capacity. And then coming out of here, this demands 100 screws per minute. This demands 60, so this Mark I is fine. But coming out of the container here needs to be a Mark II. And we now know that we have the ability to select... Actually, hold on. It wasn't toggle build mode. It was quick switch, E. So I don't have to map all of these individual Mark I, Mark II, whatever to the hotbar. I can just have one of these and then just select that. So now that's Mark II. I think I had it set up correctly. No, that's Mark 1. What happened? Ah. Now it's Mark 2, so now I can have 120 coming out of here, 60 come out of here, and 60 come out of here. So this will be able to operate at full speed, in theory, until it runs out of iron plates, because 30 is more than 20. And this one can operate much closer to full speed, but it's still not going to be able to get there, because it has to have 100 per minute. Yeah, this is not gonna last too much longer, so we are gonna have to do some manual building of some things as we continue, but fortunately we are still off to a pretty good start. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the cables here. So we just need 100 more cables, or technically 91 more cables, and then we'll have our 500 for coal power, and then rotors probably are going to come next, and then, you know, I might even be able to make rotors right now. I can make 4. Okay, so we'll make 4. Speed this process up as much as we can. And then, hopefully, depending on the resources we already have on hand, we might even be able to make a substantial portion of those reinforced plates. Just going to have to rob the deal here. And iron plates are going to be a little bit of a scarcity because they're going into all these things. So we might need to... Wow, this actually hasn't backed up. Okay. Constructors haven't backed up either. Well, we might just have to wait then. I thought we were going to be in a much better place. Well, we found water. I found a tiny one. But the idea of looking at the map, if I remember correctly, well, this is big enough. Like these deeper ones right here are big enough to put in an extractor. There is somewhere in this general vicinity, I think it's over here. This actually could be that lake I'm talking about. There's one of those that have... Wait, hold on. Oh, no, I made this category. I was about to say, did they make a separate cat? No, I did that, and then I forgot. But the lake is somewhere over here. I think we're going to end up putting coal. I can't search for coal until I unlock the coal power milestone, unfortunately. How goes it? We are progressing rapidly. Just completed phase 1 of the space elevator. We're working toward coal power right now. That's going to be the next thing we unlock. Depending on how long it takes, it might be the last thing we get to actually set up. Because 150 reinforced plates are going to be a big ask. They're currently being made not terribly quickly. But eventually, we'll get there. We have plenty of stuff we can be doing while we're waiting for that, like improving the look and feel of our concrete and copper setups. So now that the pod is back, we can go ahead and insert those supplies. Very, very close to having our 500 cables. And then we'll be in a really good shape, folks. Alright, there's 500 of those. Come on in here and shove that in where it goes. I'm going to keep these reinforced iron plates because we're probably going to have to build with those. Rotors, not so much. So that looks good. To see that much taken care of. Again, the plates are going to take quite some time, but let's take a moment now and invest some energy and resources into doing our concrete the correct way. This is an impure node. We have a Mark 1 miner, which means we're making 30, and then the recipe in the constructor takes 45. So it really doesn't matter. But it is nice to have things that look good. So we might as well. We have 230 concrete. I'm going to need to get some more regular iron plates, but I do have ore, so I guess we could just go ahead and, yeah, just put a crafting bench out here and just do it without having to go all the way back. Let's just make a bunch of ingots, and then we'll make some plates, and then we can build ourselves a little tiny concrete factory. Alright, so that's going to give us, I think, whether 5 apiece for the platforms, I'm pretty sure. They're called foundations. Platforms is the Timberborn thing. Yes, I know. Well, I think I'm going to want to be able to do minimum of 2x3 for the miner. It's probably going to end up being 3x3 or maybe 3x4, depending on how unlucky we get with the attachment to the world grid. And I'll need a space for a constructor. So that is going to require probably at least 12 foundations. 12 times 5 is 60. I already have 5. Let's just go ahead and do this. Make these plates. Satisfactory added a bunch of story for 1.0. Yes. Now there's a lot more narration when you do stuff, research things, unlock technologies. The thing will talk to you a whole lot. And it already had done some of that before, but now it is actually pretty verbose. Firefighters do not make very much money here, unless you're in a major city. And a lot of municipalities in the middle of nowhere don't even pay their firefighters. They're all volunteers. I would imagine on average police make a lot more than firefighters do. But, again, it depends on where you are. Where do you live where they pay firefighters $120,000? That's a lot of money compared to where I am. I want to say they're... You know what? I'll look it up. If you're in a big city, obviously they're going to pay more, but... No, that's not how you spell city name redacted. Chipotle is the only takeout worth having. That is certainly an opinion. Yeah, my local area, I guess I probably shouldn't give an exact number because then you could backtrace it, but substantially less than half of that number. Okay, so let's take our foundations, line with the world grid, and depending on how we want this to face, that would go right into the fence. I think we're going to end up having that come out that way. So we do, there we go, attach the world grid like so. And then we can just build right off of that. I hope I think that's correct. Going that way. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, so I go to put the miner back down. Ah, okay, it's too high. Alright, let's take that back down, I suppose. Is it going to let me... I think that's lower. Let's, I guess, just try this. Come on, snap to this thing. Thank you. Man, it still doesn't want to qualify that as a node. Okay. I love that. Yeah, I love the meme of the hat that, well, the hat's always like, something, women love me, fish fear me, or something. But they just keep switching around until it just makes no sense at all. No, it's never been illegal to put out fires here. I know what you're getting at. Maybe I have to use shorter than the 2 millimeter. Yeah, that definitely would be short. Let's try the 2 meter. Is that lined up the correct way? It is. So this is going to stick up through the ground, but I guess it's fine. let's do this. Okay, so that is going to be raised up. Maybe a little bit more than I would care for. But I want to see if I put... there we go. If I do that, move this off, and then take the 4... Yeah, okay. Because I don't want it to be floating. If at all possible, the miner. I don't want it to be floating. I would like it to be firmly attached to wherever the ground is. Come on, man, really? We're going to play stupid here. Is that what we're doing? That is supremely annoying. But whatever, what can you do? So I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it being really dumb. Alright, 4 meters, just go underneath it. Well, just think about all the time we're spending doing this, we are not having to wait for the other stuff to get taken care of. So, that will now go... See, I wish it wasn't elevated above everything. That is... It's just unfortunate looking. But the good news is I can just make this the back of the building here. This does line up relatively nicely. And this will be easy because this is an impure node making 30 per minute. I can just put a single constructor right here in the center and then just belt this up and out. Assuming, of course, that I can get the belts to play nicely. I don't think it's going to be an issue going to here, though. Straight mode. Alright, let's climb up the top here. That is about as good as you're going to get it, folks. That's about as good as we're possibly going to be able to do. So now this is going to have to go somewhere else. I think for right now it's fine. Do I have... I do have walls. I don't think I want to build them yet, so we save our materials. There is so much happening right now in chat. Ah, yes. I love getting an error thing that shows up in the middle of the screen but not on stream that I have to exit out to dismiss. Okay. So, I do not have the walls with conveyor holes. That is another one of the reasons why I was not going to mess with it too much. But this coming out here... What kind of... Sheesh. Alright. So, that's going to go here. And then from here, we're going to have to just belt it up to probably another container up top. Just so we have... Surface is too uneven, you cry about it. Just up here somewhere, I think is going to work. So that'll go to there. Ooh, and it doesn't even clip through the ground. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's put a power pole right here just so we can get this hooked up. Here to here to here to... actually, this one works perfectly. Ah, missing cables. Never mind. Well, let's take the conveyor up. Even though they just told us that we can't ride the conveyors, I did it anyway. So I don't know if it actually keeps track of how long you ride conveyors and then it chastises you, because that would actually be really funny. I would not put it past Coffee Stain to do that, but let's grab... Well, I forgot to put the golden nut little dangly thing on the build gun. And there we go. So now the concrete is... I guess this is better. Oh, but I need to get a Mark II or overclockers on this pronto. At least it works. And now we can see that is the rest of our iron. I believe these are all normal nodes. Should show us. Yes. So this would actually be a much better place to build a larger iron part factory. But we'll get there in due time. Right now we're just focusing on unlocking coal. Next up, though, assuming we don't have the materials already, is to get copper cleaned up. Alright, so what do we have here? We got 28 rotors. Good. I will take those. And 57, 58 iron plates. So now I have 85. Alright, that'll work. We have... Aha! We got all our parts now. We can unlock coal power. I forgot I had those hiding in the the little building there. The Caterium South Island, I don't know. We will probably find out at some point. But right now, look at us, look at us. We are an hour 15 into stream, and we are going to have coal power unlocked.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, let's go check on Jojo. See what he's got for us here. $26 quick wire. Valuable. Also completely useless currently, but thank you very much, Jojo. Go ahead and pop all these things into a little storage crate that we're not currently using. Hey, hey. We are having a good time tonight. We're getting coal power just got unlocked, and then we are in the process. Oh, we need to analyze the hard drive. I completely forgot about it. We keep getting all these valuable mid-game items from our lizard doggo friendo here. Right. Ma'am, hard drive time. Scan hard drive. So we'll come back in 10 minutes. See what's up with that. And now let's take a look. We have iron here. We already knew that. But the whereabouts of coal are going to... Hey! We just lost power. Perfect timing. So it's far. Okay, 600 meters, 700 meters. So we have coal here. Oh, pure coal. They're both pure. And then there's a bunch of coal up here. Okay. Well, I do happen to know this is the edge of the world here. There is no water to pump from. This area here is maybe going to have some water. I think what's going to have to happen is we're just going to need to go check out both of these sites and figure out what's going to work best. Why does the giant camel have no neck or head? That is a... Well, officially, it is called a confusing creature, but a lot of people call it the giraffe, penguin, space whale tick thing. We need to get more power. That's what I forgot. So that's empty. These are over here. These two have 25 still. All right. It is chainsaw time. That's not one of the cool trees, right? I did promise to save the cool trees. Why did it stop? Thank you. Hello. Oh, I'm out of juice for it. Okay, that's valid. Well, I guess we're making more biofuel. I'm a little surprised more games haven't copied the gameplay from Oxygen Not Included. Well, I am glad they don't, because that is incredibly confusing. Fortunately, this game does not have bar oil. But I've got a jug in the garage if I need it. I'm just going to go ahead and feed this in here so we can start this again, but need to be more mindful of how much time we're taking between refueling those things. Hopefully, we're not going to have to worry about it too much longer now that coal is kind of accessible. I really should put a constructor in for this. Actually, hold on. We're not cavemen, we have technology. Let's check and see what recipes. Okay, so we can make biomass from leaves and wood and then turn that into solid biofuel. So we will need this is how smart we're going to be, okay? You ready for this? As soon as I fail to actually do anything. Turn this back on. We are going to create a little complex for automatic powering of the manual power thing. So, going into this thing, we're going to have... actually, you know what? No, we'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that. I think I can get away doing this. We need a constructor. Oh, I'm going to need to make some more reinforced plates before we get too comfy. Anyway, the idea is I need to be able to just dump raw leaves and wood into these and just have it take care of itself. And plates, okay. Oh, sorry I missed patrol leaving, but thanks for being here. Got to get heavyweight gear oil, bought a new bush hog, and replaced lower link pins just into oil. So, I've never actually considered different weights of gear oil. I guess it makes sense. I don't have any heavy equipment. Got a tiny little electric chainsaw thing I used to trim brush and stuff, and I just use regular bar oil for that. Probably about time to clean some stuff up outside, actually, now that I think about it. Now that it's not 800 billion degrees outside anymore, the misery of summer is mostly behind us. Okay, that's our thing coming back in. Can I still not make one of the... Okay. Okay. So, I need 3 constructors. And then I need to make 2 storage containers. So I just need more iron plates. I should have just kept making those. But ideally, if we have this set up correctly, I won't need to manually craft any of this garbage ever again. Hopefully. I didn't check what the rates of construction are on any of these. Okay, I still don't have enough. This should get us our 20 we need, and we're going to need conveyors, so I'll need a couple more than that. Already have poles, so that's okay. Need a splitter, so that's more of these poles and plates. I think now we probably should be okay. We'll try it, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But next, we can either do the jump pads, which are like, why even bother with this? Vehicular transport gets us the tractor and more inventory slots, basic steel production. We don't need to worry about yet. Enhanced asset security gets us the Xeno Basher. Another hand slot and more inventory slots. Tier 4 has blueprints. But I think we're probably not ready to do any of these. Hypertubes are in Tier 4. Mark 3 logistics are in Tier 4. Advanced steel production. That's the Mark 2 miner. And then expanded power infrastructure gives us the batteries and then the power towers. Everything else is locked behind, making all this garbage. Okay. So, let's take a look-see at how this is getting set up. We also can, if we choose, expand our power production, but I don't think we're going to need to worry about that at this exact moment in time. Let's do a constructor. I love that I can lock these holograms now. It's so useful. That should be perfect right there. So this is the one that's going to be making solid biofuel. 60 per minute from an input of 120, so we're going to need to use our Mark II belts. But the output's 60, so that Mark I is fine. And then coming out of this, we're going to need to have... Actually, I can get rid of this foundation. We don't need that there. No, we're going to make this look nice at some point. We're just not quite there yet. So what's going to happen here... again, this doesn't have to be this spaced out, but we got all this fun stuff. Conveyor lift Mark II, stackable conveyor poles, pipelines, pipeline supports. I need a merger, which is going to have to go... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter where it goes as long as the machines can feed into the belts. But constructors, pop that guy there. That should be lined up. Look at that. Perfecto. And there we go there. Try to climb on top of this. All right. So that's going to be a Mark II going into this thing, which I cannot do because I do not have enough reinforced plates. But first we have to check. Biomass leaves. They'll make 60. They'll consume 120 per minute. This is going to be wood. Oh. 300 per minute. Well, that's not going to work. Well, I mean, it will. It's just going to be a really, really slow process. So I saw that we have the hard drive finished, but before we take a look at that, I want to get this up and running or else we're going to forget. So I need a couple more Mark IIs. Probably... Well, you know what? It's actually not really going to matter. We'll just have to back it up. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Hello. Yes, I am enjoying 1.0 very much. It is quite the improvement over the early access. And I didn't think they were really going to be able to improve too much, but they've done a lot. I'm not making this factory long because it is temporary. Also, probably going to tear all of this down completely at some point. Maybe not today. But the idea is, for the rest of today, get coal power set up. Primary goal. If we can do that, everything else is gravy, but I would like to get a fully automated, 100% efficient factory entirely for screws before we do anything else. And that is probably going to end up being part of that group of 3 nodes that we have over here. Take a look at this from our little vantage point. So that's 3 normal nodes. One normal node on the Mark III miner is 60 iron ore, turns into 60 iron ingots. And then from there you have to make your rods, and then you have to make your screws. So one of those nodes by itself should be able to produce more screws than we can run on a conveyor belt for a long time. So I think that'll be fine. This right here is 2 impure nodes, which is still useful, but it's not something that we can really do any more with than we've already done to this point. So it is going to have to be torn down and redone. Maybe this could be a good simple factory for the plates. I say as I fall off the thing here. But we've already pretty much outgrown what we're working with. We're going to want to expand as much as we can, as quick as we can. And there's the power grid. Okay. So Mark II conveyor belt. Going here to here, it takes 5. It's more important to have this go here to here with a Mark II. So this needs to be a Mark I. And for right now, until I can upgrade it, we'll make it a Mark I. This is set to take leaves, which means I need to have 2 containers. Not a constructor, foundations. I need to have containers that I can actually deposit items into when I come back from doing little adventures here. And I don't know what the best way to do that's going to be. 'Cause I think, even though this looks stupid, look, I know, we're working on it. But the way that these get put in is going to more or less require that we do it this way. I don't have enough plates, so guess what that means? It means that one and that one are going away. So I can build another one of these containers. Never mind, it means more than that one are going away. Why do you have to do everything with containers? You don't need to do it with containers. Look, it's fine. Be Mark 1s. Gonna have to go get more stuff. Do you have to turn on the old factory to build the new one? If I want to put something else here, yes. Terraforming uplink. Oh, okay, did you miss the part in the 1.0 update? Oh, I guess I never talked about it, so you might have. But there is now, very late in the game, mind you, but there is now the possibility to send building materials into an uplink to like a shared inventory that you can access from anywhere on the map. We're not going to get there for a really long time, but no. Well, I mean, we can, kind of. We will not be glassing the planet. We have to exploit it first. So just as soon as we have enough of these plates. 46 ought to do it. I've got cables, I've got wire, I've got concrete. I think we can make this work. So back we go to our ridiculous, why in the world did we build this thing? And climb up on top of this. Clone. Hit that. There we go. So what we're going to do is this is going to be for wood, and that's going to be for leaves. All we've got to do is be able to make it up here to the point that we can actually put stuff in. Foundations, that's going to work there. Make ourselves a little ramp. Does that go all the way down? Ooh, okay, that's a lot more not all the way down than I thought. But once this is hooked up, wood on the left, leaves on the right. I've got leaves. I don't have any wood, but the leaves are going to go in. We will power all of these off the same little doohickey here. That is the technical term. One there, one there, one there. This, there. Currently, technically works. This will turn into solid biofuel. We don't have any solid biofuel to put in here, which means we're going to have to manually make some to jumpstart the machines. Or by manually make some, I mean just feed each of these. You know, I could have just put this in the little splitter here, but sometimes my brain doesn't do things that make sense. Anyway, that's good to go. I think I should probably check and see what the two over here are using. Or if they're empty. Good, they have 12. That's actually perfect. And on we go. And I can put the rest of this in here. Except for 4 that I'm going to use, or 3 that I'm going to use to cut trees down. And then all we have to do is put the raw materials in there and we are golden. I'm not going to use the chainsaw to cut leaves down. That's a mistake. I think these small trees might grow back. Either that or I'm misremembering which ones I've actually cut down. How far are we from coal? Not as far as you think. To get one up and running, I just have to make a couple more of these reinforced plates. Then we have to have a water extractor. I'm pretty sure these take 45 coal per minute. So 2 of these would be 90. Well, another one of them. I'm going to plan on building 4 to start. Water extractors, this should be able to be done with 2. I think. I mean, we don't have to have all these materials to get it up and running, but planning correctly is going to make that a whole lot better. So both of the coal nodes we have access to are pure. So one of these will give us 120 coal per minute. So that's fine. We don't have to have constructors to make the coal into anything. We just have to be able to make pipes, which I'm going to plan for, say, 100 pipeline. We're probably going to have to put the coal generators near the water and belt the coal in. That's going to make the most sense. Plan for 4 pipeline junctions and possibly, depending on where the water is, 2 pipeline pumps. So that is a rather robust set of things to have to build. So I'm going to scroll down so we can see the list of stuff there. But now we cut down a couple trees. Let's take full advantage of our system here. And put the wood in... Nope, come on. Put the wood in here. And the leaves in here. And it'll automatically take care of itself. Slowly. But we can feed it some biomass to get it started. And eventually, as soon as it has enough leaves come in... Ah, see, this wants 120 per minute. Okay, well, we can probably go ahead and upgrade this to a Mark II. Yes, we have exactly enough, so that will work. This wants 60 per minute, and it's getting 60 per minute. It makes a whole lot of biomass really, really quick. So this should last us a decent while. Except for the part where this other set of biomass burners is going to run out at some point in the next couple of minutes. So we do still have to continue cutting things down. And now I'm actually kind of out of chainsaw fuel. Yep, there it is. So I can't do any more of that. But again, all we have to do is put our ingredients in where they go, and then intercept some of the biofuel that comes out. If I don't fall off the platforms first. Wood goes in here. Smart splitters would be great, but we are quite a way away from smart splitters. So this will go... In theory, once these are full, they'll back up, but I'm going to have to grab a couple logs here outside of this thing. And we're going to go put some in the other biomass burners. Yeah, burning my leaves. Yep, you got me. That's absolutely what's happening here. Okay, so I got 28 of these things. Come on down this way. And where's my stack? There it is. 14, 14. Pop that guy in there. So now this area at the very least is good for the next. Wait a second. That's different. That's a different rate than what it was before. Is it more efficient because it's using less capacity? Anyway, whatever. It's good for another, like, 9 minutes. Alright, let's go pay a visit to Jojo, see if he's found anything else. If we deconstruct, we are not going to get very much more in the way of materials we need for the coal stuff. We're just going to kind of have to make a lot of it. Hey, 13 more modular frames. Very nice. That's a very useful thing for us to have. But we have been just making these with nowhere for the things to go. So now I've got 70 reinforced plates. I got my rotors. So actually, we're looking really good. The next thing is copper sheets, which we are not currently set up to make, but we will go ahead and just do. I know this is going to cause all sorts of fun problems if we don't. So we have the ingots. We will automate those at some point, but right now I'll just manually make these. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching them. The beaver game is a fun one. We're about finished with the Update 6 Folktales playthrough. That'll end next Friday. We got the episode coming out tomorrow, plus another 3, Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. And then I think I'm going to do some more of those colony review things where people can send in their saves and we take a look at what they built. And then whenever the full release of Update 6 comes out, we'll start a new series with the Iron Teeth. I think I'm going to do it with a bunch of mods, assuming the mods can all get updated by then. But I don't know how far away that is. I haven't made any public statements about that yet. Hopefully it's soon. Yeah, I'm going to put that form back up probably this weekend. And people can submit stuff and we'll take a look. I'm not going to take a look at all of them in a video, but that would be what takes the place of the current Folktales video series. So that would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday until the new thing comes out. Yeah, there's already some pretty crazy mods that existed, but they're still being updated because of some of the stuff that they changed. But I think we're going to be in for some really cool stuff. Yeah, I've got to figure out exactly what I'm doing with the Iron Teeth. I know I want to take more advantage of the platforms, not the platforms, the overhangs, and they're not overhangs either. Whatever the things are called. And do some crazy aqueduct stuff. I would really like to do that. But that is going to take probably a while to get the kind of thing that I'm thinking about building actually done. But that's what a big long video series is for, if people want to see another one that's like 40 episodes. Modded Iron Teeth. I am decidedly not a Skystorm clone, so probably not. But we'll see. He's got his own little corner of the Timberborn world. I've got mine. I don't need to encroach on his area of expertise. Yeah, I really want to make sure... Oh, this is slow. Why is this only at 78%? Is it because this was backed up so much? That's probably what it is. I really want to make sure that we can get coal power going first before we do too much of anything else. But we will fix our copper situation. You'll be able to submit Update 5 stuff. I just have to make sure if you have mods for Update 5, I got to make sure I have the right versions. So there's a whole system that I had set up last time for the submissions, but I think I'm going to refine the form so where people can just do a check mark on mods that they've got instead of typing stuff in, because then I got to go read through like a whole bunch of stuff with commas. Where if you're just going to upload a file, you can just go, oh yes, I have ladders, I have more platforms, I have this, that, the other, instead of just typing it out, because then problems occur. As soon as I've got my 164 sheet, we probably don't need this much copper sheet, but I want to make sure that I am prepared as much as I can be, because I do not want to have to walk all the way back to get stuff, if at all possible. Yeah, the water extension mod's really cool. A lot of those have some pretty insane applications that I just do not think to utilize. And some of the stuff people have submitted before has just completely blown my mind in terms of the creativity behind placement of stuff or utilization of mod assets. Lots of cool stuff. Alright, so now I have way more than enough copper sheets. Just need to make a portable miner and get some more reinforced, and then we can go hunting for some coal. Go ahead and make my one portable miner that I need, and there we go. Now I just need one rotor, easy enough to make. There we go. Again, that's for 2 water extractors and 4 coal power plants. I do not know how many we're going to be able to make. I just don't remember the amount of power that they require, or they produce is 75 megawatts, but the amount of stuff they require to do that, I do not know off the top of my head. Reinforced plates. I need 10 more. Diorama Folktales. Yeah, I saw a couple pictures that you'd posted. I would like maybe to do another diorama live stream thing. Now that we have the official overhang platform things, I think we can do a whole lot more with those than we did with the modded overhanging platforms. Yeah, path extension's good. They're all good. It was yesterday we're chiseling rocks. Well, it was Tuesday, technically. Today's Thursday. Flywheel's out for update 6. Very nice. I honestly have not checked to see what's been updated. So we'll probably try to put those in for the last week of the Folktales one. I already have tomorrow's episode recorded and uploaded. I just haven't put it live yet. I'm going to do that as soon as the stream's done, so the boosters can see that. But we will get hopefully for next week, for the last 3 episodes, I can get some of those mod things back in, and we can get a little bit more of that stuff accomplished. Because right now, the only thing we really need, well, we don't really need to do anything else, but the only thing we can realistically do is make the rest of the map green, plant some more trees that we probably don't need, and then try to slim down the industrial stuff so we can have all the jobs be automated. Yeah, we need 4 more reinforced plates. Then we can go, let's scan for coal again. Take a look at the map. I'm pretty sure there's one here, and I was going to try to go to this one first. Because I think this one's going to have closer water. This is just hanging off the edge of the world. I'm pretty sure there's no water here. But we'll have to go check and see what we're doing. Yeah, water beavers is the thing I think I am most excited for on update 6, whenever that gets finished. We still have a very long way to go with the update 5 stuff. So probably once the Folktale series is done, I might do water beavers 4 times a week. Because we need to get something accomplished in there, because as soon as update 6 water beavers comes out, I absolutely doing that. But I don't want to quit on the update 5 one quite yet. Okay, we have all of our materials for the magnificence of making coal power. So let's go grab some more concrete. Grab a stack. Oh, there is no extra. Okay. That is a little bit of a problem, isn't it? I guess we'll just make some. We'll make some plates. But we definitely have to have concrete. That's what I was doing. And we probably should top up our biofuel before we leave, although... Wait, what? There's no concrete? Why is... Did I not... Wow. I didn't set a recipe. I didn't do it. Alright, I'll just grab that stack and I'll do it manually. Man, that was a huge blunder. We could have had so much concrete by now. Pay you $2 for a hamburger today. That's called a credit card. Water beavers is hard. It is, it's a lot. But once you get into it at least a little bit, the rest comes a lot easier. It's just that initial hurdle of what in the world is all this new crazy stuff. It works almost all the same as regular timberboard, except it's 5 times more complicated. It turns into, after a certain point, less of a, wow, this is really exciting to try and figure out how this works, and more of a, I am going to conquer this if it kills me. Is there a harder mod faction than water beavers? I sincerely doubt it. I actually don't know of any currently available different faction besides water beavers. But water beavers is designed deliberately to be stupidly hard. And it does succeed. I think, at least. So, while we're sitting here waiting for more concrete to get made, let's make some more iron ingots and iron plates. And then we will head off on a journey to produce coal power. Nightmare mode. That was a fun playthrough. That turns into streams, I think, after episode 3 or 4. One of those two is the last one. It was a video. Because then we rebooted it as a live stream series. Because that was in between update 3 and update 4 we did that one. And update 4 came out and it broke everything because the Iron Teeth had the food situation completely reconfigured. And it broke something with the map, so I had to fix it, but anyway. That was a great live stream series. I think for right now they're probably not going to be focusing on a third faction. Would love to see one, but the amount of stuff they've given us in the game so far is really, honestly, enough for right now. Water beavers are just bureaucracy beavers with all the hoops you jump through. Yeah, they got organized education. It's definitely bureaucracy beavers. Beaverocracy. Oh, man. Kerbal Space Program. I haven't played that game in a really long time. I had that in early college, like 2011, maybe? 2011, 2012. Super fun game. I was terrible at it. But it was still pretty cool trying to figure out the orbital, like, math and everything. Alright, so iron plates it is. I am also going to need to have some reinforced iron plates because we're going to get 120 coal out of the node with the Mark 1 miner. And that doesn't mean it has to be all on reinforced iron plates. I just have to be able to build a factory concisely enough to only use a couple of them. But I think we can worry about that when we get there. I have Kerbals waiting for rescue. Oh, yes. I have several who are adrift in space. You know, I actually don't know if I still have the save file I was playing on. Wait, I already had 100 of these? Oh, no. We're not... Okay, we're not making any more. That's fine. Yeah, so, yeah, the City Skylines 1 live streams, those were really fun. The chat, for some reason, was obsessed with the idea of peanut-shaped roundabouts and 50-lane highways. So then that turned into a meme for the Nightmare mode. I guess I don't need to give you spoilers since you're actually watching all of them. But that was a really fun playthrough. I would like to do that kind of thing again. I just don't know if that specific kind of map is even possible now that Badwater's a thing. Because like, you could have one bad tide and it's completely over. You would not be able to flush everything out in time. I think, yeah, Cities Skylines 1 playthrough was summer... Was that summer 2023? It must have been. Or was it 2022? No, summer 2022, I'm pretty sure we were only doing beavers. Oh, if I were a civil engineer, everyone would be dead. No question about it. I've got 0 capacity for math reasoning beyond a certain point. So 217 concrete should be enough to build a decent quantity of foundations. This is not going to finish the factory building by any means. But I think we are going to be in okay shape. I've got cables. We've got this going. I guess I can check and see. Do I have any extra? No, I definitely don't. Because oh, this is 100% efficient. Why am I even bothering? There's absolutely no way we have any leftover anything. Except at this very last stage of production where stuff is not entirely 100% perfect. So instead I will take away from the reinforced iron plates and we'll just keep making these. This will eventually fill up. But it is much more likely that we run out of power before then anyway. Oh man, I've got to make more power stuff. Got to get... There's so much here. I got wood on the ground. Hopefully. There we go. Got that figured out again. I just need to have a little bit more insurance on all of our power production before we go off gallivanting around. But once we have coal set up, we are really going to be in much, much better shape. Just takes time. I'm also not an architect because, contrary to what RCE might tell you, architecture requires a lot of math. And is still a very, very difficult profession. Oh no, the blimps were stupid. I didn't want to do the blimps because they were dumb. They had terrible, terrible efficiency. Until I modded them. And then they were actually fine. Ooh, there's no fuel for this. Okay. Well, what we'll do is we will, first of all, fall into the void. We'll put these things in here, and I guess maybe enough of the machines are shut off where it's not that big of a problem yet, but we're going to need to keep tabs on everything here. So I think all of the copper stuff is shut off. Because that's been completely full for quite some time. So maybe we actually do have... Yeah, okay. Capacity still says 90. Oh, because that's 3 of these going. Alright, we're good. We are good. Alright. So, we decided we were going to go check this out for coal purposes. Which is southeast. I don't need the chainsaw in my hand. We got food. I'll just put the nuts in there. And I have materials to build the... Actually, let me check and make sure. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. And I completely failed to make the jump. Off we go, directly southeast. I don't think we're going to have to go up here to get it, so we'll go around. Is this limestone? Yes. We'll go ahead and just grab this since we're already here. How much is in this? Okay, there we go. 60. That's a neat looking formation there. Okay, these things have the gas in them. Should be not too much further. 351 meters. Okay. So, again, there's no guarantee that this is the one we end up using. Is this Caterium? Yeah. You know what? We've got space. We can listen to Ada while we walk, too.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in Group 11 on the periodic table, such as high conductivity and malleability. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Because I don't have my boots yet. I don't want to... Oh, you know what? We have that hard drive in the MAM we haven't even taken a look at. That's something we need to do. Can I get up here? Yes. Gas pillars. Definitely not want to stick around for that. Oh, that's doing a lot of damage. All right. This looks like it could be limestone. If that's limestone, we have coal over here, then we could have steel production pretty... Oh, hold on. Okay, well, this guy's here, so we got to dispatch him real quick. Get back here. Alright. Are these impure or normal? Normal. Okay, well, that's good news because we're going to have to probably have a whole lot of these factories absolutely everywhere. Normal limestone. Cool. We are not really that close to the hub. Well, relatively for early game, we're pretty far. But this, I think, is going to end up being a good concrete thing. We're not building that right now, but I will go ahead and mark... I'm just going to... put that there so we remember. Hopefully it lets me actually do it. Walk away. See if that got... Yes, it did. Okay. And this is... Well, okay, that one there, if I go to check on it, we'll be able to see the rest of these. But southeast is going to be up over this. I think our coal node should be not too much... Hey, lizard doggo. Don't know if I want him to follow us all the way back here, but... Alright, that is a yellow power slug. That's one of those bad dudes. That's more limestone. Let's check and see where the coal is from here. I know it's not going to be right here, but... 110 meters. Alright. I don't see water, which is a problem. That's 700 meters that way. Don't tell me this is all the way on top of this. Oh, it's absolutely all the way on top of this. Okay, what are you guarding? You're all the way over here. Stop headbutting me. Thank you. Doesn't seem like there's anything down here. But I bet you dollars to donuts that coal is up on top of that. It would just make way too much sense. Okay, I hear a shiny. So we're going to have this guy to deal with. Get back here. Alright, there's that. That's going to be useful. What is... Oh, that's a Mercer sphere. I'm not going to grab it yet. It's also not talking to me. Alright, the big question, if the coal is actually on top of this, and there's water here that we can actually use. Oh, okay, I can put one in. I don't think I can put any more than one, but there is the ability to get one. There's our bacon.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it does not mean it won't eat you. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Alright, I'm not going to need to mark this on the map because I'm pretty sure we're already where we're supposed to be. But I just have to be able to get up the bit here. Put another lookout tower on top of this thing. Yep, that's a coal node. So, okay, that's... Wait, is that all limestone? Hold the phone. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Normal, normal, normal. So, I think what's going to happen is this area here is going to turn into a concrete factory. There is so much in the way of limestone that I will just mark all those. I guess that's just my limestone marker now. I already had that other one marked. So, this is a normal coal node. If we want to build on this, I can probably actually do it from right here. But first, I've got to check and make sure that the miner will actually build on this. And then I don't even have to fight that guy, because I'm not stepping down there. Yeah, buddy. Alright. So, I don't want to go south. My base is that way. Oh, he's going to fire at me. Well, he can't hit me if I'm behind this, so... Haha. The water is down there. So, if we're going to make a coal power plant, it probably should be in this general area. One normal node is 120, or, I'm sorry, pure node is 120. So, we'll have to have enough to do that. I'm just trying to think about where the best place to build the actual power plant would be. First, I just have to actually build this in a way that matters. So that's going to go that way, but the water is there. And we'll have this come out this way. And then we'll just go down the side here. In fact, if I'm good at this, I don't ever have to actually step on that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, water is there. I am surprised, honestly, that worked. To put one of those water extractors there. No, he can't fly to get me. Those cannot fly, thankfully. But, I'm just... that's a lot of limestone. So, concrete central. There's even a ramp to get your big trucks in and out of. Nice and easy like. What is on top of that? Is that stuff we can blow up later? Yes, it is. I imagine that's going to be a purple power slug or something like a Caterium node or whatever there. But now I've got to build... Well, I don't have to. I do not have to build it to look nice. But it's so much better when you do. To that end, we're going to leave that alone, and I'm going to just run a Mark II conveyor. Probably doesn't need to be in straight mode. I just need it to get down. So we'll do that. Mark II lift. Actually, I can reach that from down below. So we're going to go, before we're finished, yes, please fire at me through this grate that I somehow magically escaped death from. This, oh, okay, it's actually doing damage. Not anymore. I just have to have the power be accessible. Which, wow, that reaches down there? Okay. This is ugly. We're going to fix it later. I know. Giraffe thingy vertical conveyor. The what? I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. But now I don't have to deal with Mr. Explodey. So that can go away. That can go away. Jump back onto this. That can go away. Then we just go all the way down without falling. Okay. That's fine. The water is over here. This is where we're going to have that come down. Vertical lift. Oh, okay. No, I thought you were talking about the bean dude. Oh, okay. Can't see him anymore. No, the reason I didn't build it is because I didn't know exactly where this was going to come out. So now we've got that. We were always going to use that. But I've got to figure out where I'm putting everything else. I know it's going to be super ugly when we first start out, but the best I can do... Am I really going to have to pick this Mercer Sphere up, or can I just leave it alone?
Play.
Hello? That's a new sound.
Listen to the rhythm.
Yeah, there's only one place I can put this. Ponder the orb.
Look through the window.
I'm not looking at any windows.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm.
No.
If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities.
If it does not dissolve,
Or you
yeah,
could just
I sure
plug
hope
it to a
not.
coal-powered generator and see what happens.
I love how snarky Ada is in this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Gladys from Portal 2. Or not, I guess not Portal 2. Portal 1 before you figured out she's like super evil. Oops, spoiler alert. That is a fun game, and I would love to stream it. I just don't think YouTube would like me very much algorithmically if I were to do that. Okay. Can I still reach the Mercer Sphere from here? Yes, okay. Just before I bury that thing. Okay. I need to actually do this. I've got... Hold on, what's hanging from this? Is this just iron? Copper ore. Okay, we don't need any more of that. Bacon acquired. Nothing else over here, right? Man, I like looking down at this bowl and seeing a bunch of limestone. That's going to be fun to make a concrete factory. Hey, good to see you. So far tonight, Goliath, since you're here, we had the space elevator part 1 complete. Got to see a neat little cutscene for that. And, oh, that's what that is up in the sky. That's your stage 1 space elevator parts. Gone up there. And I'm assuming that will just continue going. But we unlocked coal power. That's what we're attempting to start now. I have this water extractor, and I've got 120. Once this is powered, 120 coal coming down here. And then I've just got to figure out where I'm going to have my power plant built, which I need to figure out a good spot for that, because I'm not sure exactly how much coal I can feed into one of those. I know they make 75 megawatts. That's kind of a cool tree. Shouldn't really cut that one down. But this area right here is probably pretty ripe for a coal power plant. So let's see if I can get that to line up without intersecting the terrain. Right here might be good. Alright, that goes that way. I can live with that. As long as there's not more than, I think, 10 meters of head lift, the pump will work. I vote for the hole. I mean, that's where the concrete factory is going to go. I'd like to keep it as close as possible to the coal so I don't have to have as much Mark II belts. As many Mark II belts. And I also only have a limited quantity of iron plates on which to build. So we do need to keep that in mind as well. I did bring enough materials to build 4 coal generators. I do not need to build 4 coal generators. But this is going to be... Oh, I only have enough reinforced iron plate to build 3, and I'm probably only going to end up with enough to build 2. So I think we can adjust our expectations accordingly. Oh, this is... I forgot how huge this is. Let's lock the hologram so I can walk around this thing. Center everything accordingly. See, if I'm only making 2 of these, then I think I can get away with doing it this way. This is actually perfectly centered that way. It's just not centered on the doohickey here. So that will go there. That's... Oh, perfect.
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point, because they understood their responsibility to humanity.
Yes, okay.
Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics.
I'm going to pour
Reminder,
Gatorade on your processor if you
coal-powered
don't shut up.
generators require coal.
Okay. So it consumes 50 cubic meters per minute, and it consumes 45... Wait, what? Oh, no, it consumes 45 cubic meters of water per minute. Okay, so 120 coming out of that thing means I can do... Oh, it's uneven math again, but how much? I want to know how much coal it consumes. That's not what it's telling me. The hole directly behind me. This? Bad math, yes. I agree. Wholeheartedly, bad math. Can I walk through this? Yes. Okay, let's line that up. And then I can either leave a space between these, or I can have them... You know what? We'll just do it like this so I can walk between them. It's black lung time. You better believe it. Who needs respiratory health when you have progress? But I can go ahead, since I'm only building 2 of these. For the time being. Get rid of that, and then I can expand this platform back behind it, assuming I have the correct orientation. Please let me go upstairs. Thank you. Upstairs, and by stairs I mean not stairs. Alright, can I clear this jump? Yes. Okay, so we need to have this conveyor lift probably actually come out. Since we can have the water only go up a certain amount, I'm going to put in a conveyor lift right here for the actual coal going in. And then the water can just come in down like this. And I have pipeline supports that I can actually use. I'll put right here on the edge. Because I know we're probably going to have to expand this at some point in the future, but for right now, this is what we have access to. Pipeline Mark 1. Right, like so.
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid,
I'm not gonna be able to
including the
jump on
water
that.
necessary for coal-powered generators. Note, water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Where's my ladder to get up on? Okay. It's on this end. Now, the reason I'm doing that is so I can have these be perfectly in line. I appreciate now that they have these lines that flow. That makes it so much easier. So much easier. Now, this one I'm not going to be able to jump across. No. But now that I remember they have that, I can probably just stand right here in the center. And there we go. Split the difference and call that the center. If it's not perfectly aligned, then that's okay. We'll just fix it another day. Hot, fix it, get it? That's the name of the... Okay. Anyway, so that's going to be water. All we have to do for right now, since this is how we have this hooked up, is I just have to have the very ugly, super hilariously ugly pipeline going over here. Actually, hold on. Does this have a straight mode? Auto 2D, noodle, horizontal to vertical. What is all this? Auto 2D. Well, what in the world does Auto 2D do? Does that... Ooh, hold on. Okay, let's try noodle, horizontal to vertical, auto 2D. That's fun. It's called innovation, Sweaty. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Let's put that there. And then pipeline in here, and Bob's your uncle. Unless your uncle's not named Bob, in which case, whatever your uncle's name is your uncle's name. I do not have an Uncle Bob. Okay, this needs to be powered. All of this needs to be powered. We're going to have to jump start it. Probably with the help of a biomass burner to get the water coming up here. But there is so little head lift that I think we're going to be in good shape. I don't have the ability to store water yet. Never mind. I totally do. And I have the modular frames to do it with. So let's actually do that. Let's do what they want us to do. I have enough of this, I'm pretty sure. Fluid buffer. Hardly know her. That goes. This is going to be so much better once this is actually good to go. Alright, auto 2D, basically straight for pipes. I know it doesn't perfectly line up, but it is going to be very good to have some sort of storage. I know it's not perfect, but it's what we have access to right now. I can't jump over pipes because I'm a little scrub baby without the funny shoes, so we'll just do one of these numbers. Stackable conveyor poles. Probably going to be what we have to mess with at some point, but for right now, what I'm going to do, because we know from previous experience, those are 3 splitters high. We have our straight build mode. I love this with my entire heart. Being able to just one-click build these without having to do stupid nonsense. But there we go. I know it's floating. We'll be okay. We'll get over it. Mark II lift. Can come down. Let me actually climb up on top of this so I can see a little bit better. And that is going to end up... Okay, it's not going to give me the exact height, but... You know what? That might have actually been pretty much dead on. Yeah. It sure was. It's not ugly. Yes, it is... Oh, you should have seen my first coal plant in my first playthrough. It was hideous. It was truly a crime against humanity. This is much better. But this should being the operative term, allow us to do what we are supposed to be doing here. I've got enough cable, I hope, to get back to the hub. If not, then we'll get most of the way. Can you build ramps through over pipes? You can build anything through pipes. I just don't like looking at that kind of mess. But we need to hook up the water extractor to... Oh, there's no way. That would be too easy. Okay, so now we have the miner for the coal, the water extractor, and then I could hook these two up, but I'm going to choose... Where's the... Okay. We'll put this here. And then, you know what? We actually have the ability to make this look nice, so we might as well do it. That I don't think is going to play not nicely, so I think we're good. There we go. That hooked up there. Okay, so now, assuming everything can get hooked up correctly, all we have to do is power this to the point where it can sustain itself, and we'll be in good shape. I have no biofuel, no biomass, no anything, but I think I can make... Yes, I can make a biomass burner that will hopefully provide enough power for an extractor and... Okay, 20 megawatts and 5. Yes, so this will actually work because these coal plants do not consume power, they only produce it. We will at some point want to have the isolated switches and battery backups and everything just for power production, but for where we are now, this is pretty much the only option we have. Production. Let me... Where's my... Oh, why is that under special? Alright. Well, we have a crafting bench. Let's gather... I know we're not going to be able to automate it like we did before, but I only need to have this run long enough to get coal into the generators and to get water into the... Is this Sam? No, it's just funny looking leaves. Okay. I thought for a second I was going to have one of those fun new things to play with, but it appears I was mistaken. Alright. Do I have at least enough to do... Okay. Molten salt reactor? I don't think that's a thing in this game. But yes. Salty chat is always funny. The other good thing about this is now I have chainsaw fuel. Because this only needs to run long enough. Just give this half of this. Alright, no connection. Let's hook it up. And we should be able to, in short order, see some coal coming down the thing here. I almost said down the pipe, but no, it's not coming down the pipe because water's coming down the pipe. Just as soon as that water thing turns on. Which, currently, there is none. But soon. Yep, it's consuming 25. They're both turned on. Okay, we already got those. Yeah, there's coal coming down right there, 120 per minute. These will consume. Well, as soon as they have some in there, it'll tell us how much it consumes. Thor is too busy to run a reactor. I see what you did there. Oh, it's only 15 per minute? Okay. So, we are not going to be limited at this location by how much coal we have. We're going to be limited by how much water we have. It takes 43 cubic meters a minute. The extractor can only do, without overclocking, we need to do awesome stuff too. Alright, so that's turned on. Kind of. This can do 120 cubic meters per minute, so we realistically can only run 2 of these off of one water extractor. So this is the limit of where we are right now until we can overclock. So these actually, once water actually comes in, are going to be good to go. I'm going to leave this biomass burner running for the duration of this, however long that lasts. But now we have to... Oh. Maybe not. Maybe I do have to disconnect this, because as soon as this can sustain itself, then I think we're going to be okay. I am going to wait for this water level to go substantially higher than 7. Yes, the turbine noises. Yeah, this water being right here might actually be a new thing. It just seems too convenient to have water right next to a pure node, like right next to it. We'll make this look nice at some point. Right now is not that time. But if we can manage to... Like, there's probably not any other water we can realistically use over here. But if we can manage to get overclocking at some point, then this one water extractor is going to be able to give us, I think, 300 cubic meters a minute, which will fill up the one Mark 1 pipe. And 300 is going to be enough for math. 6 of those coal plants? Just about. So this is a great early game start for us. Obviously, there's other places we can have coal power plants. We can have water brought in from other spots. But this is good. The last time I did this, I'm pretty sure I used this lake. My first playthrough, I'm pretty sure I used that lake. We also have water there, but this will be great to start out with. And yeah, I'm pretty confident saying this is actually viable, so let's go ahead. I'm going to give this its own expansion thing here, just so we're not completely screwed later. And then, yeah, off we go. Off we go toward base. Not going to worry about this lining up nicely. We're just going to go pretty much in a straight line until we can't anymore. I can't grab that, can I? And then the second the wire is too long, we'll stop. There was also a lizard doggo over here, but I don't see him. That goes right through that tree. But we did mark on the map that we have a bunch of limestone here. That can be a fun thing for maybe later. It is 9 o'clock, and other people in the house probably want to sleep, so I probably should end soon. But I absolutely wanted to get coal done before we're finished. Thanks very much, Devilish, for the 5. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good evening, whatever it is you're doing. How close can I get? Okay, I was just barely out of it. I don't know about number 1, but I'm glad you guys are here. And the power grid shut off. That, I hope, was not this one. No, this one is actually still going. Okay, so that was the original one ran out of juice. So we are actually doing a very good thing. Oh, I almost fell off the cliff there. Surface is too uneven. Yeah, cry about it. How far can I go? Substantially far, it seems. All right, so we're going to be upsetty spaghetti about it, but this power line is going to run through the rocks because it can. And we need to just get this done. Unless, of course, the rock is too big, in which case we'll have to go around it. But for right now, I think we can actually make it all the way through here. Okay, it says, I know it says wire is too long, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a place where I am going to be able to set this up. And it looks like... Okay, well, you know what? I'll be charitable. We'll put it up on top of this. Because I know that's going to set somebody off, and it might even be me. I'll just go right here. And we'll keep going this way, and that's the thing that makes the gas. So let's immediately get out of the way. Immediately get out of here. And we are close. We are close. Very, very close. Just about where the wire is too long. Come on. Come on. Player is in the way. Okay. That was my fault then. But too long is right here. Alright. Now we're in the final home stretch. Where can I plug this in? So these, I'm pretty sure, are already maxed out, and I was going to rebuild this anyway. That's maxed out. That's not maxed out, actually. But that's not a very good point of entry for this, so let's do another corner. Kind of up this way. I'll just say right here. That works. That was our kind of trunk line thing anyway. Then this can be the extension of that. And then, well, actually, you know what we'll do? I'll just bring this all the way over to the corner here. So it's nice and square. And then I will undo this. And then I will connect that to that. And if I've done this correctly, we'll have actual power. Hey, Josh. Quit out of the game after 6 hours and log right into a stream. That's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes. How far did you get, though? This would be for me, this would be coming up on hour 7. I believe. And this is coal power. It's what we just hooked up. Otherwise, we've built a 100% efficient screw and iron rod and iron plate factory, and then I tacked on some garbage on the end to make the space elevator parts. And I was trying to figure out how much longer I'm going tonight. But the main thing that we can do now is we can say bye-bye to the biomass burners and reclaim a whole bunch of resources. So now the coal power is pretty much perfect. You know what? No, I want to, since you're here, I'll show you this. The thing I made here was automated biomass or biofuel creation. Was you put leaves and wood into these things, and then it turns it into solid biofuel. So I'm actually going to keep the solid biofuel maker thing because I can use that to make the chainsaw fuel and for vehicles once we get those. But I no longer need it for power. So this can just kind of be whatever it is. We might rebuild it in a different place, different spot, different orientation. But it does, in fact, work. Because it was super annoying trying to make all that biofuel. But now I don't have to. So what I will do is I will just deposit my wares here. I don't think I have any extra. No. Okay, I got some leaves. That was it. And I have biofuel, biomass, whatever that goes into this. And then I have 27 biofuel that I brought over. But I thought that was pretty cool. Simple early game nonsense, but it is what it is. Otherwise, we have a lizard doggo we have named Jojo Spaghettio. And sometimes he brings us fun stuff. Oh, yeah. Nobelisks. This dude has given us the most insane stuff, man. We've gotten so far. Go back to the thing I'll show you in a second here. We've got, so far from Jojo, 26 Scaterium, quick wire, some rebar, we've gotten modular frames, we've gotten steel pipes, we have electromagnetic control rods, the tier 8 nuclear power item, we got heat sinks, and then I have the rest of these modular frames we actually use to make a fluid buffer, a couple other things. But yeah, we've had a very productive first 7 hours of this playthrough. Hour 16, oh god. Maxed out tier 4, been setting up a whole coal factory in the forest starting area. 900 megawatt hours, okay. So you're absolutely much further than we are. But yes, getting out of biofuel makes it so much easier to expand. See you, Kurt, thanks for being here. Appreciate you as always. Don't know how much longer we're going to be going, but of course you'll be able to catch up if you so choose. So the problem with these iron areas right here is these are both impure nodes. We found a bunch of limestone. These are all normal limestone nodes, so this will be a great place for a concrete factory once we can afford to set that up. I did say we're going to fix our copper, so we probably should do that before we're done. But I have limestone set up here. And it is very slow because this is in impure node. So thankfully, we don't ever have to worry about these stupid things again. Everything is set up beautifully. We have a hard drive, by the way, in the MAM that we completely ignored for the past hour and a half. Change to allow a conveyor belt into the biofuel burner was the greatest update. Yes, it is awesome. Absolute game changer. Hard drive scan has been completed. So they changed this. Well, I'll let her talk, because she'll tell us.
Hard drive analysis completed. Alternative recipe selection available in the MAM.
Oh, that's it? So previously, you're going to remember if you watched these streams before, if you played the game, it used to give you 3 recipes that you would pick from, and then it was all randomly generated, or if you didn't like them, you could pull it out and put the hard drive back in. Now, it gives you 2, or you can rescan once if you don't like either of these. Biocoal, do not care about. Wet concrete, I cannot use. So, yeah, because I don't have a refinery yet. I can't remember if any of these are actually useful. I think wet concrete probably is a lot more useful, but we don't have easy access to water yet anyway, so I don't think that matters. But 80 concrete per minute is actually really good if we had the other things. Biocoal, yeah. We're not going to ever need this. Devilish, thanks for the gift membership. Who's got it? Alexandra Powers, welcome to the boosters. Fun fact, boosters are going to get tomorrow's video as soon as this stream ends. I'll have that set up. And then, of course, you get your names on the beavers and then in the list at the end of the videos as well. YouTube members after a month, because my computer will explode if I have all 1,200 names in one text file. Yeah, so the thing about rescanning, though, I mean, obviously I don't want either of these right now. It'll only let you have whatever recipes are available to you at your current level. So I don't have to choose now. Hard drive library is, wait, where did it go? Oh, okay, yeah. So I can actually just leave this here. I don't have to pick one right now. I can put in a second hard drive to scan, and it'll just show up here. So I'm not desperate at this exact moment in time to unlock something. But now that we know what this is, we can either keep this until we are going to have access to a refinery, in which case wet concrete is probably a pretty good one to have. Not the best one you could possibly get, but it's not so terrible that it's worth rescanning right now because I don't know what other recipes it's going to give us. But anyway, point being, you don't have to decide or completely restart. You can just kind of leave this one on the shelf, and it's fine. But we have nutrients. We have the bacon thing we can scan. And then that, I know it's going to give us the little thing here. Nutritional processor I'm not going to bother with right now. But
this mushroom, dubbed bacon agaric due to its uncanny resemblance to raw bacon, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Yep, so we don't care about this for right now. Power slugs we've already done. Well, slug scanning we probably want to turn on, but overclocking we have to have a power shard to do. I can actually make one, and then we can unlock overclocking, and that would actually really help us because not only does it do overclocking, it does underclocking. Which if we want to have 100% efficiency on some of this, we're going to have to do anyway. But for right now, I really would like to have blade runners. And I think 50 silica, I don't know if I can actually make, because I have 14 raw quartz. Oh, I can only make 20? Yeah, okay, forget it. We're not going to do that. I have to go find more silica first. But there's not really much of anything else we can do with our MAM currently. To mention, we probably should set up an awesome sink. Although we're not really producing extra stuff that much right now. I have the materials to do it. Okay, and then awesome shop. I'm going to take these other water extractors and coal generators and stuff out of the... can I just edit this to say 0? Yes. 5 junctions, everything good. Because we're making a bunch of wire and stuff we don't need right now. Hey, Jay. I've been lurking and doing extremely important research. This is not a cult. What do you do with the whispering spheres? So those are alien technology research things that we don't really have a use for right now, but are going to be very, very valuable in the mid and the late game. I don't know if you've watched a bunch of, or any content on the new 1.0 stuff. So I guess I don't have to tell you everything. It's kind of fun if everybody finds out together at the same time, but suffice to say they're really, really cool. Really cool possibilities that did not exist in the pre-1.0 version of the game. Planning on doing a 100% efficiency playthrough? No, but also yes. Like when I'm making, like this factory that we set up the first stream was 100% efficient with what we had. I'd like to try and be as efficient as possible, but I'm not going to be completely married to it. Anyway, I said I was going to redo all of our copper setup. So let's do that. We'll just take this whole thing apart and build ourselves a nice little building for it. I should have enough concrete and steel plating. Yeah, okay, we do. Oh yeah, that thing's cool. It's like a giant manta ray kind of thing that flies. You can ride it if you can get high enough. Yeah, okay, I know you guys were going to go there on that. You haven't said it yet, but I know you're going to. My previous playthrough, I had a building tall enough where I could just step off onto it, and it was pretty cool. You could just ride it around. Alright, Jojo, what you got? Nothing yet? Alright, bud, that's fine. You brought us a bunch of good stuff already. So, okay, Dalton, since you're talking about that, what was your first video if you watched it on a year ago, 2 days ago? I'm trying to think what that would have been. It would have been before Update 5 on Timberborn came out. So it could have been, whatever I was publishing back then could have been Ostriv Alpha 5, or it could have been late Update 4 Timberborn. One of those. We had a couple. But let's go ahead and grab the rest of this. Conveyor pole, get that thing out of here. I think there's one more conveyor pole at the end of this we want to grab. Yeah. Okay, so the copper thing right here, I'm pretty sure is just a normal copper node. So that's going to give us 60 ingots a minute. Early copper is easy, right? Because it's all just 2 products. But, of course, we want to have this set up in a way that's going to actually make sense. I think this is going to be sufficient height where we can actually still attach this thing. But we are... Get out of here! Come on. Alright. That's done. I think that thing respawned, like, the second I got rid of this. Alright, let's check out our production. Players in the way. Good, this will still fit. Alright, I'm going to have this aim toward our base. Built like that, at the perfect angle there. Okay, some of these trees are going to have to move. None of them are the cool tree. I have a chainsaw, so let's go ahead and get that out of here. Then these bits here probably aren't going to, strictly speaking, be in the way, but we'll get rid of them anyway. Colony 9. So that would have been Iron Teeth. I'm pretty sure that was Iron Teeth hard mode. If it was Colony 9, because the 10th one was the 10th one was a nightmare mode. The drowned map. So that is where our stuff is going to come out. It's going to output 60. The smelters, I believe, are 30. Yeah, so we'll need 2. Need 2 of those, and then we will have to have probably 4 constructors to fully take advantage of this. So, I don't want to make every factory a long factory because that's kind of played out at this point. But I do want it to kind of look nice. So what we'll end up doing probably is pop these guys here. I love being able to lock the hologram. That is such a good change. I know it's not new, but I never played like that. So that makes it so much easier. Make sure that is correct. It looks like it is. So now the question is going to be, how can I get this to line up right? Update 4 modified. Okay, so that would have been... probably the Thousand Islands playthrough. Was it the Thousand Islands playthrough, or was it the one before that? Okay, no, the Thousand Islands playthrough. No. That was going. That was going in August of 23. I know for sure. Yeah, that was going August of 23, and then 10 was the. 10 was the drowned one. 11 was... I don't remember what 11 was. I know 12 was water beavers. I do remember that. And I think water beavers started in November or December of 2023. I think. Well, regardless. I'm going to try to get this to play nice here. Will this allow me to set this up the way I want it? Okay. That works. That does not. And that also does not. So we are unfortunately not going to be able to do that. Because this positioning of this is a little unfortunate. If I have the conveyor splitter attached like this, can this hook up? No. But it can if I do that. Then that can't... Okay. Alright. So, the game has chosen violence. Here's what we're going to have to do. Splitter is going to have to go in... I think... Okay, that was probably never going to work. Am I really going to have to move these again? Unless this will let me get away with this right here. Let's just check real quick. Okay, so that actually does work. Give me straight here. That, unfortunately, does not want to play ball with me here. But that does. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is actually kind of ridiculous that I'm even bothering to try this, but... Wait, hold on, why is it... Alright. Fine, game. Fine, you win. I will move stuff another segment. That's so irritating. I guess what we'll end up doing, just move this this way. If I can get this to... If I can just get this to go this way. Give me straight here. So I know it'll let me go to here, which means if I have a splitter here, I know for sure this will work. Then my other stuff is going to be lined up weird. So I know that works. I think I can get it to go back a tiny bit, but I don't think I can get it to go back the rest of the way I want it to go. Put them on the side. Or I could just rotate this stupid thing here. That's probably what I should be doing. Try rotating. Wait, am I out of... Okay, I super am out of storage space. Oh, of course. The one thing I do not want to not have. Okay. One iron ingot, really? Okay, the copper ore I don't think we care about. I'll just get rid of that. So, now I can do this again. Miner mark 1. See, if I have that facing that way, then it comes out here, and then I can actually have the... Ooh, yeah, I can have the smelters double back here. Not going to be the most beautiful thing ever, but when has this ever been anything that has been able to be described that way? So that is just going to end up being, I think, the better option. And then what I can do is I can just put the splitter right here. Now there's your giant manta ray thing. Alright, connect that. Connect that. Nice and easy. And, ooh, it's almost. It is almost. So we're just gonna say that's straight and completely ignore the fact that it's not. Copper ingots. Copper ingots. They'll come out here, and then we're gonna make a long factory anyway. The production constructors. I just have to look at the recipe here. Is that 15 to make a wire? Yes, 15 copper ingots per minute. So we need 4 of these, which is going to give us 120 wire per minute, and then we'll divert some of that to make cable, and then put an awesome sink at the end, and that'll be that. Super easy. So, I know Kurt is not here, but this is going to be a fantastic opportunity to do long factory again. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 constructors. Turn on the zoop mode. That's not zoop mode. There we go. Space for 4 constructors, and then the other garbage on the other side. Come back this way, and then so on and so forth. I believe I can fit all of this. Can I make 4 constructors? I'm actually going to need 5. Because I'm going to turn the output of one of them into... Okay. So I'm going to have to make some reinforced iron plates. Which I should be able to do... Let's just do crafting real quick. Oh, you're still here? Okay. But yes, Long Copper Factory is back on the menu. Am I going to need to have Mark II belts? Yeah, I probably am going to have a couple. So I'll just make the rest of these that I can. Ooh, maybe I don't want to do that. Nope, too late, I already did. Now I don't have iron plates, so I've just created an enormous quantity of problems for myself. Well, I guess we're going to go get some more plates. And we can see what JoJo's got for us. If he's got anything. What's up, dude? Another 17 electromagnetic control rods. Alright. We'll see that again in 90 hours. Actually, at this point, it's probably closer to 70. Alright, just pop those back where they belong. 34 of those already. We should, at this point, be backed up substantially to where we have the plates accruing in this container. Oh yeah, we got a whole stack. Let's go. So, reinforced iron plate, I have 6 extras. Wait, we're making this. I can just go grab some. I don't need to go make anymore. JoJo needs a friend. We found one, actually, but I lost track of him. Alright, so that solves that problem for a while. Remember, I was going to tear this down and replace it with just iron plates. Because we have these 3 other ones over here that are normal nodes. And we can make screws. Probably going to make screws with those. This is the Long Factory. Alright. So now I can climb on top of the miner again. And by the miner I mean, nope, falling off of that. Great. Okay, doing well. Doing well. Let's climb back on top of this. I don't think I can jump on top of this without the... No, I cannot. Alright. Well, that's fine. I can still place the constructors here. So the output from these is going to come out that side, which means the input for these is going to come in from the left side. This, I really should... I can't jump for anything in this. I really should have blueprints. Okay, that was off one, that's why. I was about to say, there is no way that is where that was supposed to be. Okay, go this way. Good. You know the drill. 4 in a row. Then I'm going to have a 5th one so we can make cables. But the way that is going to be set up is probably... oh, you know what? I'm not actually sure how I'm going to do that. I might have to just not put it right next to it, but we'll get that taken care of in due time. So, these are all making wire. Not cable. These are all making wire. Let's go in there. Come on. Hit the keys when I push them, please. Thank you. Okay. I miss the Blade Runners so much. We're going to have to make those super fast. Maybe not tonight. But the output of all of these has to be merged. I like it when this looks nice, so we'll go just like that. Can I jump on top of this? Good. So that will go there. And then final one, lock the hologram, and then I can actually use this. Perfect. I didn't want to open that. I guess I just click. There we go. All right, so those are mergers. The output from these... Oh, I got to move that. Those need to be merged. Here. Straight mode on these is absolutely sublime. Get... There we go. Absolutely has to be one of the best things they have ever done in this game. Okay, so this is 30. That's 30, so that means that's 60. It means we can still use the Mark 1s. But after... Hello? after we get to... Hello? Click. Please. Why are you the way that you are? Okay. These... Come on, seriously? Alright, that thing is... Inspire me to commit violence. Let's not do that. Conveyor splitters. Try something else for a change here. That'll be fine there. So this coming out is only ever 60, so that's not going to be an issue. Just get these all... They actually have a pretty substantial snapping range. I was surprised. Depending on how you want to get this set up, I guess we'll stand on top of here. Yep. So, anyway, what I was trying to do earlier was... Nope, not that. Mark II, because this is... these three together is going to be 90. This is going to be another 30. So that's 120 coming out of here, which is the maximum that the belts can handle that we currently have access to. So 120 wire coming out is going to end up split between a storage and then also making cables. So I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to just flip this guy the other way around. I know it's not going to be a symmetrical split just because of how everything is. But we take our 120 going in here, and then we send half of it into here to make the cables. It'll take 60 per minute. So it actually is going to be a symmetrical split, but this will back up pretty quick, I believe, depending on how we want to have this set up. This is pretty much exactly what I made in my previous playthrough on the live stream, but half as big, because we had a Mark II miner on it. So this here is going to become a storage for cables. And I believe... Oh, that's not quite right. Let's try it again. That actually might be exactly correct. Okay. So that's going to be cables coming out into here. 60 per minute. I love the 90-degree conveyors. Oh, yes. Best improvement in the game so far. There are many others that are also quite excellent. But that is going to fit very nicely there. This is, in theory, this would be 100% assuming this never fills up, but it will. This would be fine with a Mark I belt, but I'm going to go ahead and put a Mark II so for when it backs up, it doesn't back up the rest of the factory. So that's cables. None of this has power, but very simple factory. Right here, it's the long factory. It's mostly symmetrical, and we can just walk up and grab whatever we want. Don't think platform supports are up to code. Well, the good thing about code is that died with the unions that allowed us, or the death of the unions that allowed us to, you know, actually come and exploit this planet for profit. Roy, what in the world does that mean? I am very confused. Alright, let's, oh, can't jump on that anymore. Let's wire this thing up. I don't have... Actually, maybe I do. I don't have windows yet. But I do have walls. So I got half of the song covered. I need to have... Where's the... Okay, the power thing's up there. Those connect on that side. These connect on this side. Probably the easiest, cleanest way to do it is just hang it from the ceiling. But there is no ceiling. Do I smell toast? I sure hope not. So I think what we'll do is... Whatever that animal was. I'm just going to put power pole here for both of those. And then I'll put another one on this side. Remember, we only have the Mark Is right now, so we can't really do much of anything. But I'll put another one here. Another one here. That's pretty squarely in the middle. I think I should have enough to connect everything now. So that has to go to there, that has to go there. So those are connected. But then this has to be connected across the way here. This is going to connect to that. This has to connect here. That has to connect there. That has to connect to there. That has to connect to there. It's much easier with the Mark II, Mark IIIs where you can actually do stuff, but this now is going to have its last connection, let's say here. That, in theory, could have connected on the other side, but there's nothing else over there, so we're just going to leave this as it is. And that whole factory now is hooked up. It's kind of ugly, but it is hooked up. And I'm going to just connect with that. Okay. So that connected to that corner works. Fully connected. Where is my... Does it go all the way to the ground? Oh, it barely doesn't go all the way to the ground. That's actually a little irritating. But it's fine. We'll just bury that one piece there. Nobody can find that. This is... Why did I... Okay. This is what happens when you only have Mark 1s, because you can't actually hook stuff up correctly. This is connected to here to here. Those connect to here to here. That connects where? I'm pretty sure I can get away not having most of these. Yeah, that's still connected there, but... Okay, no, that one was connected to this. That was connected to that. So I know for a fact the limestone's not hooked up to anything right now. Because that was connected to that. But if I want to bring this up, I can easily connect there. I know we have to... Ooh, never mind. Hold on. Let's try this again. So it doesn't actually intersect with anything. Bring that up there. This is the main... we'll call this the main factory bus right here. I probably should go ahead and just zoop that way so everything can connect nicely. And more importantly, I can have this... there we go. Every 3 is what I had been doing before, so that would hook up there. That then means this could connect to here. And that, for right now, can connect to here. So, now we have copper. Should be going 100%. As soon as that, yep, there it goes. So we should see the smoke come out of the foundries. They're not foundries, they're smelters at this stage. Turtle wax, there you go. Oh, okay. I got you. Well, enjoy skipping November and December. Every time I see a comment or something that says something has never been something else, I think of that bit in The Office where it's Dwight trying to negotiate paper cells with whatever the guy, but he said something to the effect of Buttlicker, our prices have never been lower, because I guess the guy's name is Buttlicker. Which, how does that even happen? But, I don't know, it's weird the stuff that stays with you after you watch a series like that. Anyway, we have the wire being made, and now we have cable being made. This should all be 100% fully efficient. I don't know why these two are still yellow. I guess they just haven't gotten enough. There we go. They haven't gotten quite enough copper to fill the buffers yet. Heard good things about chemical guys. Drink water. It's good for you. Well, this is going to take some time to fill the buffer completely up, but it will be 100% efficient when it's working. And we have wire, and we have cable. Looking good. So everything that we have built to this point, minus the space elevator part nonsense, is now 100% efficient. Hey, Jojo found some more iron rebar. Except I don't have any space for it. So I'll just get rid of this copper ore, because we... Hold on. There we go, because we don't need it. A couple of chemical guys are making tasty blue rock candy in the desert. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Okay, that can go away there. Yeah, different chemical guys. Definitely different chemical guys. So, we have not even selected our next research objective. We can do jump pads, but I never use these. I really don't care about them. I also was never really into sprint slide jumping that much either. But we can either do the lightsaber. It's not a lightsaber. We can do the lightsaber, we can do the vehicular transport and get tractors, but we don't really need to have any tractors right now because we're not really moving materials between areas yet. Steel production, I mean, that would get us versatile framework, which is fine. Blueprints. I know we can't make any of... Okay, we definitely can't do this yet. We don't have steel. But, okay, we can't do any of these until we do tier 3. Never mind. So, I guess it's going to end up being probably basic steel production, I guess. Uline brand jelly. Yeah, there you go. You buy enough of it, you get the little, you get the thermos or you get the camping chair. Yes, we're going to call that rock candy because that does not get me demonetized, but yes. Many stories of some European militaries using that kind of stuff. So I think probably a good place to stop for now. It is 9:45. Yikes. Okay. But we are 100% proficient. Wow. Efficient on the copper that we do have set up. We don't have copper sheets yet. That is something we will need to make eventually, but that's looking good. We are making some degree of parts 100% efficiently in here, and they're going into their little containers. So we do have screws. We do have rods. And we do have iron plates. And to a certain extent, we have the reinforced iron plates and we have rotors. I'm going to go ahead and grab a full stack there so those can continue. But I guess next time we need to probably reconfigure this to just be iron plates. And then go over to... Man, this is so slow. Go build some factories for screws. So the screw factory is probably, just by virtue of being a screw factory, going to have an overflow for the iron bars. But not bars, whatever the game calls these things. Rods. There we go. So that'll be over there. And it's 3 normal nodes, so we actually could make a pretty big factory out of that. That, I think, is another limestone. Let's just check real quick. Yep. So if we really wanted to, I'll just mark all the limestones like this. Why not? Until we can always go back and like remove these things. Yep. We can remove those and we can change them. But I do think the concrete factory here is eventually going to be a big thing, but the coal being over here, in addition to the concrete, could possibly... I know there's iron over here. This could possibly be a good place for a steel foundry. Yeah, we'll go ahead and be done for today. We'll just check our... Okay, I don't have enough inventory space. But next time we definitely need to build the awesome sink, get some points going, and figure out a bunch of other stuff. We have 4 solid biofuel. Do I have anything I can pop in here and get out of my... Ooh, I absolutely do. Get that wood out of here. Try to stay tidy here. All right. Cool. We also have to make 1,000 of those smart platings, which is what that's making. But that we're probably going to need to make a semi-dedicated factory for. There's the versatile framework and the automated wiring and all that garbage. But we can be pretty happy with what we got done, I think. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all the support, as always. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, whatever it is you're doing. Members are going to get tomorrow's video in approximately 30 seconds. And we will catch you next time. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.